For months, Formula One fans believed the 2025 title fight was already over. McLaren's young duo, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, had built what looked like an unassailable lead, leaving Max Verstappen and Red Bull buried in the shadows of a disappointing season. But as the dust settles after back-to-back races in Italy and Azerbaijan, everything has changed. Verstappen has clawed his way back into contention, and the once-invincible McLarens are showing their first cracks under pressure. And now, with just 7 races remaining, the 4-time defending champion is on the hunt again. Red Bull's resurgence has reignited the title battle, and Verstappen's relentless mindset is turning the final stretch of the season into a psychological war. If you think this championship is over, think again, because this is where legends are made. And if you love F1 insights like this, make sure to subscribe, because what's about to happen could reshape the future of the sport. The 2025 Formula One season was supposed to be a changing of the guard, the dawn of a new era led by McLaren's rising stars, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. For most of the year, that narrative held true. The papaya cars were untouchable, consistently finishing on the podium and building a points gap so large that many believed the championship battle was already decided before the final stretch. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen and Red Bull, the dominant force of the last 4 seasons, appeared to have lost their edge. Their early season struggles with car balance, tyre degradation, and reliability left them playing catch-up from the very first round. But in Formula One, the story is never over until the checkered flag waves, and now that story has been flipped upside down. The turning point came with 2 races that changed everything: Italy and Azerbaijan. In Monza, Verstappen reminded the world why he's a 4-time defending champion, delivering a clinical victory that reignited Red Bull's belief. But it was in Baku where the narrative truly shifted. Piastri, who had been the epitome of consistency, made a series of uncharacteristic errors: a messy qualifying session, a poor start, and ultimately a crash on the very first lap. The result was catastrophic for McLaren's championship charge: Piastri's first DNF in 44 races and a full 25-point swing in Verstappen's favour. Suddenly, the seemingly insurmountable gap at the top of the standings was cut to 69 points. With 7 races and 3 sprints still to go, and nearly 200 points still on the table, the title race was alive again. But this is about more than just numbers. What's changed most dramatically is the momentum, and Verstappen has seized it with both hands. Since the mid-season break, Red Bull's RB21 has undergone significant upgrades, unlocking the raw pace and aerodynamic efficiency that were missing earlier in the year. The result? A car that is once again capable of going toe-to-toe with McLaren on pure performance. As Sky Sports' Ted Kravitz explained, he knows he's back in it because he's got the car. That was always the plan: stay within striking distance. And when the pressure mounts late in the season, that's when Max does what Max does best. And that plan is now unfolding exactly as intended. The final rounds of the championship are a hunting ground tailor-made for Verstappen. Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi circuits, where he has historically dominated thanks to his aggressive driving style, racecraft under pressure, and ability to extract every ounce of performance from his machinery. These are races where one mistake from McLaren could change everything. Piastri and Norris, for all their talent, have never been in this position before leading a championship deep into a season, with the weight of expectation on their shoulders and one of the most ruthless competitors in the sport's history breathing down their necks. That psychological pressure cannot be overstated. We've seen it before. Drivers who look unbeatable early in the year suddenly crumble when the title is on the line, and Verstappen knows exactly how to exploit that. Kravitz used a fitting metaphor. He'll pounce like the lion he is on the 2 kittens who haven't been here before. It's a statement that perfectly captures the dynamic, the experienced predator versus the inexperienced prey. And if there's one thing we know about Verstappen, it's that he thrives in high-pressure, high-stakes situations. Jamie Chadwick, W Series champion and Sky F1 analyst, also believes this fight is far from over. "It's a big ask, but never say never," she said. "He's got a spring in his step again. Earlier in the year, there was a lull, but now it's game time. He wants to go after it." That renewed energy is visible both on and off the track. Verstappen is driving with the aggression and precision that defined his rise to the top. He's smiling again, speaking with confidence, and most importantly, he's enjoying the fight. And history shows why we should never count him out. His maiden title in 2021 was one of the most dramatic in F1 history, decided on the final lap in Abu Dhabi after an epic season-long duel with Lewis Hamilton. He followed that with two dominant seasons in 2022 and 2023, rewriting record books in the process. Even last year, when he faced a genuine challenge, he delivered under pressure, sealing his fourth crown with a masterful performance in the rain-soaked chaos of Brazil. But if he manages to overturn a near 100-point deficit in 2025 and win a fifth consecutive championship, it won't just be another title. It will be one of the greatest comebacks the sport has ever seen, a defining chapter in a legacy that's already legendary. Of course, McLaren isn't backing down. Piastri insists he's not focusing on Verstappen's charge. "I'm not going to rule him out, but I'm not too concerned," he said after Baku. "I just need to get back to my level, and I'll be fine." It's a confident statement, but beneath the surface, the pressure is real. Piastri knows that another DNF, or even a couple of poor results, could swing the momentum completely. Norris, too, faces the daunting challenge of proving he can handle the intensity of a late-season title battle. The margin for error is shrinking with every lap. The next race in Singapore will be a critical moment in this unfolding drama. It's the only circuit on the calendar where Verstappen has never won, and if he conquers it now, it could deal a psychological blow to McLaren's campaign. A victory under the lights of Marina Bay would not only narrow the points gap further, but also send a clear message. Verstappen is not chasing anymore. He's hunting. And that's what makes this final stretch so compelling. It's no longer just a battle of speed. It's a battle of nerve, strategy, and resilience. On one side, two young drivers chasing their first world title. On the other, a relentless champion determined to prove that his reign is far from over. One mistake, one safety car, one strategic gamble could decide the outcome. So as we head into the final 7 rounds, the question is no longer can Verstappen win, it's how far he's willing to go to make it happen. If history is any guide, the answer is simple, as far as it takes. Because for Max Verstappen, second place is not an option. And if Piastri and Norris thought they were on a victory lap, they're about to find out the real fight is only just beginning. So here's the question. Can Verstappen pull off the unthinkable and snatch a 5th straight crown from the jaws of defeat? Or will McLaren's young guns hold their nerve and complete their fairy tale season? Let me know, what do you think in the comment below?